Well, here we are this afternoon taking a look at this old Jeep, and I'm going to show you guys astute observation number one. The other night it was late, it was raining. I pulled this thing out, little dipstick here. There was nothing on it. That's not good. So I dumped about 1.5 quarts of oil in it, had some in the shop. It was late, and I got it to show just right on the end of the dipstick. So that's, well, that's not good. It did run, I mean, maybe 15 seconds. You saw the video of me pulling it off of the trailer. Just long enough to yank it off of there and get it out here in the yard. So what I want to do is, I've got some motor oil here. I run full synthetic and everything around the house. Got a jug out back where I do oil changes. All my oil changes are done well within the required period. Even on old F-150 over there. So I just got some oil out of those jugs. Obviously, if this engine is good, we'll drain it, flush it, run some cheap engine oil through it, maybe some engine flush, get it all cleaned up and get the right stuff in it. But for now, I've just got to find out if this engine is even a worthwhile prospect. So in order to do that, I'm going to take this varied assortment, which isn't actually what's in the jugs at all. It's used motor oil from my other vehicles, fully synthetic, of course. So I'm not too worried about doing a little test and check with used motor oil. It'd be used motor oil in there if it was full to the line anyway, right? And who knows how long. Okay, so I'm gonna dump the oil in this thing, and we'll get it running. Try to find out if it's using oil, probably do some compression checks, things like that on it in the evenings after dark. It'll be dark here soon enough. So even though it's raining out here, I want to get this thing filled up with oil and get it inside where it's dry. And we'll pick this up later on. Okay, well, we got it in here. Unfortunately, I think the dipstick just had some oil run across it because it took not one, not two, not three, but 4 quarts of oil to get it up to even register on the dipstick. No oil pressure indicated on the dash, but there is one light that works, the one that says check gauges. So at least that's got it going for it there. I have no idea what we've gotten into. I guess the next step really is to find out why there's no oil pressure going to it. Probably before I do that, I'll run some compression checks on the cylinders to see if it's even worth digging into. They've been running it without oil. Man, it could be a tough sell to want to get that out there anywhere far from home base. But we'll check it out, see what happens. Hey, I think we found the problem. Not the dog. The dog is not the problem. She's a good dog. Aren't you, Cinder? A good dog. But next to the dog, hopefully she won't walk in it, is a trail of oil from when I drove it in here a few seconds ago. That's not good, right? All right, so parked it this pile of oil underneath here, right? Some water dripping off. Who knows where that's coming from? Maybe just the rain up there, not sure. The radiator's full and it's clean and clear, so don't know that we have any concerns there, but this pile of oil here, puddle of oil is definitely a concern, right? So we look up through here. I don't know if we can see this or not. What are we looking at here? Oh, there we go. You can see the oil filter. Focusing on the wrong things. But it looks like it's coming out around where the O-ring on the oil filter is at. If we've got any luck at all, someone, when they did an oil change, either left the old O-ring on there, didn't get it tight enough, or something. Hopefully the block's not cracked behind it or something crazy. So we'll pull that oil filter off of there and see what's going on. And we'll take it from there. Because I looked up top, it doesn't look like it's coming from above that. It's definitely running down off of the oil filter itself. Gonna unravel the puzzle here. So, looks to be a lot of fun. Well, we got this oil filter off of here the other evening. It was over the weekend. I'm just now getting back out here, but just kind of like what I suspected, you can see the whole top of this thing is just bent over. I'm not sure why. And the way it was oriented, this big dent in the base of the filter was facing the engine mount. I checked out the engine mount down here, and I'm not seeing any issues with it. Can't really see it very well, but I don't see any cracks or anything going on with it. So what I'm gonna do is just put a cheap $4 oil filter on it, see if everything lines up, and try to figure out why that got all dented and beat in, or maybe there's nothing wrong with it at all. Hard telling, you know, what happened with this thing. It's a nice view. That should be perfectly flat, sticking out, but it's way messed up. So we'll put this new filter on it, start it up, see if we get any oil pressure, and we'll just go from there. All right, so the moment of truth here. I got the new oil filter in. This thing's right. It's got oil running down it now, but I checked it a minute ago. You can see it's right on the add line, which is okay. I figure if we have another leak, it'll be less oil to clean up, right? So we should be okay with just checking this right there. The oil filter is in. Let's see, you can see it right there. Everything's nice and clean. No oil on it. See if we can see it down here. Yep, no oil. So let's go start it up. All right, here we are in the old cockpit. And what we're gonna be doing is starting this bad boy up. Hopefully we won't lose any oil. Got a fresh filter on there. Be watching this gauge right here. Either that or the light's gonna come on that says check gauges again. I think those are our two options. So let's see what happens. All right, we got oil pressure. That's a great sign. Awesome sign, actually. That means our oil is not spewing out. I don't see the check gauges light on. Well, let's go out here and check this oil filter real quick. So we seem to have been registering some oil pressure. It ran for a good couple of minutes there. No oil coming out of the filter. Pretty happy with that outcome. So we're going to wrap this one up. If you guys want to follow along, like, subscribe to the videos. I think the next step is I'm going to do some compression checks on the engine. And we'll just take it from there. We'll see you guys on the next go round.